Hi guys, it's Briana. Today we're going to talk about fractions. Before we can get into any fun problems or activities, we have to answer the question, what is a fraction? Well, let's break it down. Alright, so let's take this circle and let's pretend it's a cake. You have one big cake, but it's your birthday and you have friends visiting. So, what if we wanted to break this cake into 6 pieces for you and your friends? All right, let's cut the cake. But what happens if only 4 people wanted to eat cake? Well, let's color in 4 out of the 6 pieces to show how much cake was eaten. 4 out of 6. Do you know what that is? That's a fraction. Let's write it out so we can see. Every fraction has 2 parts, a numerator and a denominator. Let's start with the denominator. That is the total amount of pieces that you have. In our case, we had 6 total slices of cake, so that's our denominator. The denominator always goes on the bottom because we're talking about how much we have out of a total. All right, let's move on to the numerator. This number goes on top, and it tells you how much you're taking or using or counting. In our situation, 4 people wanted to eat cake. So, our numerator would be 4, because 4 pieces out of the 6 total were taken. So now we've officially written a fraction. Something super important about fractions is that every piece or every slice or every section has to be equal. Let's cut the cake like this instead, just so we can see. We still have 6 pieces. Now, let's give your friend the biggest piece and give you the smallest. Wouldn't you be sad that they got a bigger piece than you? You wouldn't be getting a fair slice of cake, so you can't say that you're getting 1/6 of the cake. Let's keep that in mind when thinking about fractions. Let's look at some more examples. Here, we can see a rectangle with lots of sections, but only a couple are filled in. How would we turn these shaded rectangles into fractions? Well, let's follow the same steps. And remember, the numerator always goes on top and the denominator on the bottom. How many total pieces are there in the rectangle, both shaded and unshaded? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome! So now we know that our total, or our denominator, will be 10. Okay, so now let's count how many pieces are shaded in, because that's the numerator, and that's the number of pieces we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great! So now we have both our numerator and denominator, and we have officially written another fraction. Alright, I'm going to give you guys 3 more shaded rectangles, and I want you to pause this video and try to write the fractions yourself. Don't worry, I'll go over the answers in just a bit, but I want you guys to give it a try. So pause now and hit play when you think you're done. Let's go over our answers. For the first one, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rectangles. So that means that our denominator is 8. All right, let's count the numerator. Our numerator is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's put a 7 there. And there's our fraction. So for the first one, you should have gotten 7/8. All right, let's move on to number 2. First, we count the number of total rectangles for our denominator. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our denominator for number 2 is 10. Now for our numerator. Let's count the total shaded rectangles. 1, 2. That's easy. Only 2 are shaded in, so that makes our complete fraction 2 over 10. Nice. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, you guys know the drill by now. Let's count the total number of boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our denominator is 5. And now our numerator. How many are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4. So our numerator is 4. So our final fraction is 4 over 5. Nice job, guys. Alright guys, that sums up our introduction to fractions. Hopefully you guys learned a lot, and if you still have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Breaking It Down with Briana.